Hello everyone, my name is Sagar and I hope you are doing well. In this video, we will see how we can develop an Azure Logic app using messages service. Okay, so the first thing is that let me open my notepad and tell you what we are going to do. So first of all, we are going to create a service bus. Okay, and then we'll use this service bus inside our Logic apps. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. And additionally, to see outputs, I'm going to create a storage account as well. So whenever I will send the request queues, so with the help of Logic app, I will transfer that to storage account. Okay, so let me first of all deploy service bus. For that, I can simply come here and I can search for my service bus. And here I can create my service bus. I can select my resource group. And here I can give a name to my service bus, so I will call it as SP and some random numbers. Then I will select my location, and here is interesting pricing tier. So if you see here, it is going to use 0.05 USD per month. Okay, so that is, we'll pick the most basic one. Okay, and once we are done, let me simply go ahead and review and create this. So I will hit my create button. And here are a few things that I will need to make a note. So let me wait for this deployment to get completed. Let me go to resource now. And here my service bus is ready now. But now I need to create a queue as well. So I can easily create a queue from here. So I will give a name to my queue. So let me call it as messages. Okay. And then here I can select, what will be the size. And here max delivery count, let me change it to 20. And here let me say time to live as 7, so like for how much time it could live. So let me go ahead and simply select these two options as well, and I will go ahead and will create my queue. Okay, so now my queue is also ready, so I can see my queue here. Okay, this is currently active. So here you can see all the information. Now what I will do, the second thing is that, as I said, I'm going to now, I created my service bus, my queue, then how can I consume my service bus inside my Logic app? Okay, let me now go ahead and, but before that I will create a storage account because I will send the queue data with the help of Logic app to a storage account. And while using the Logic app also, I will need to use connectors, like I will need this string here. But anyway, I can grab them later as well. But okay, let me do this. Let me copy them at my notepad. So I will copy this primary string here and let me go ahead and paste it in my notepad. Okay, so I have saved it here in my second tab. Then similarly, now let me create a storage account because I will send all the queues there. And I will go ahead and will create my storage account. Okay, I need to give a name to my storage account. Let me call this as the storage account, a few numbers then, and then I can select my region here. Okay, here I can go with standard and let me go with LRS. Okay, and further let me select this particular box because I'm going to use queue and all this, and then I should be good now. So I will simply create the storage account and I will hit on my create button. So here my storage account will be ready now. As I need to use my storage account into my Logic app as well, so therefore I will also copy the my keys somewhere in my notepad, so that later on when I will create Logic app, I do not need to manually go back and copy them. So my deployment is completed for my storage account, and I can okay. So let me do one thing. First of all, let me create a container because I haven't yet created a container. This will be that place where I'll be sending my files. So let me call my container as message output, and here let me select this container anonymous read access, and I will simply create this. Okay, now my this container is also ready. Now the next thing is that I need to store my access keys. So here I can copy any key. So let me go ahead and pick this one, and let me open my notepad here, and let me paste that my key. Okay, now my storage account is also ready. So as I mentioned, now the third step here would be to create Logic app. Like we are done with this, we are done with this. Now we need to create a Logic app. So I can go ahead and go to my home, and here I can search for my Logic app. I'll click here. I can create my Logic app now. I will go with consumption, and here I will select. Now again I need to fill few basic details. Let me select my resource group first, and then here I need to give a name to my Logic app. So let me call it as LA. Again these few numbers, and here currently I will say I don't need any log analytics, so I'll be good with that. So I can go ahead and review and create. Okay, I will create my Logic app. Now once my Logic app will be created, then I will add my service bus and storage account here. So this Logic app is completed. So I can now create my Logic app. I can go to my designer, and here I will add a trigger. Here I can simply search for my service bus. Okay, this is not the one that I'll be using, so I'll be using this one. When a message is received, I will be selecting this one. When a message is received in a queue autocomplete. Now here the authentication type would be access key. So I'll be using that particular connection string that, while creating my service bus, if you can remember, I copied a string key. So I'll be simply using that particular key in this case. So I can paste it here, and let me say simply create now. Okay, now here my this queue is ready. Now I need to okay, here there is some issue. Let me again select here. Okay, it's not working, so let me go ahead and again create one more connection. Maybe I copied the wrong key here. Okay, let me go to my notepad, copy my key, and let me call it this only. Okay, so just a second here, guys. So what I can do, I can discard this. Let me go to my home page. My service, sorry, this is my service bus here. Share. So actually, I was copying this primary key. My bad here. Instead of this, I need to copy the primary string. All right, now I can go to my Logic app, and let me go to designer again. I will again add a trigger. Here I can search for my service bus. Service bus. Service bus. And now I need to search for my when a message is received in an queue autocomplete. Now here I need to create a connection. So what I will do, I will go here and I will go to my access key. I will paste my primary string here and I will simply create this. Now I should get my queue name here. And now here I need to select like how often I need this to be triggered. So I will say that in every 30 seconds you can trigger this. Basically it will check, okay, if we have any queues then only it will process. Okay, now I'm done with this. Now the next thing is that I need to, let me say, allow here. Okay, so now this will trigger, okay, whenever I will have a message in my queue in my service bus. And now the next thing is that I need to add my storage account related actions. So here what I can do, I can click here, add an action. I will search for my create blob. So I'm going to select this create blob v2, and here I need to provide my key that I have stored few minutes back. I will go to key here, and here I need to provide my exact storage account name. So the name was, I can remember my name, that is SA. This was the exact name of my storage account. And here you need to specify your key that we stored few minutes back. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here and I will say create. Okay. Now once I'm done here, then I have to select here my storage account. Here I need to give name of my that particular container. So this was the container that I created message output. Okay, then here again I can go to my blob name, and here I can simply use a function. And let me go here, let me go to this function, and here what I can do, I can simply, okay, but before that I need to assign a name here to my blob. So I will call it as message output, and then here I can copy this function. So this is going to have this particular body, and it is going to use the space 64 to binary. I can add this here and then I'll be all good. I can save this. Okay, now I have created my Logic App as well. I have added my service bus, okay, my exact queue name. Then here I have added my storage account, my exact that container name. Here I can give some good names. For example, I can say this as Azure output. So this will be the exact file name. Okay, now this is all completed. Now we need to test it. So for testing, what I will do, I can simply go to my service bus. Inside my service bus, I will go to my queue. I will open this particular queue. I can click on my service bus explorer now. Now here I will send the messages. Not this one. Okay, so here what I will do, I will give a simple message that is hello, something like this. Okay, and then what I can do, I can simply send this. Okay, now I have sent. Now what will happen, my Logic App should trigger. So I'll quickly verify it. Let me open my Logic App here. Okay, it ran successfully. I can see on history. I can even open this run. It completed in this milliseconds. Okay, so here it picked my, okay, let me go to raw input here. Okay, then it will create a file. There will be a file that will be created with Sagar output, but it will have hello hello Sagar type of text. So now I can go to my storage account, and then let me go to my container here, data storage, container, message output, and here this will be my file name. Okay, Sagar output that I have put in my Logic app. And if I'll open this, I can see its content. Hello hello Sagar. Okay, so it means our the service bus is working. So just to recap what we did in this video, first of all, we created a service bus, okay, and then we added a queue. We simply created a queue here, okay, and then our queue was here, and then later on we send the messages from our queue here with the send messages, okay. But before that, I created my storage account. I created a what I can say. Let me open the storage account. I created a container here. Okay, I selected that particular property anonymous one, and here my file will be ready. But how these two services and storage account will work? It will work using our Logic app. So inside my Logic app, I created my Logic app, and I had to create two connectors, one for my service bus and one for my storage account. Okay, and then it will help me to get exact queue, and here I am simply creating a block. And one more thing is that in our service bus, when you click on service bus, you go to shared access policy. So from here you will get your key. And inside your key, make sure to have this primary connection string. And similarly in your block storage, you have that key concept. So thank you for watching this video.